just gonna keep spinning. Whee! Hi friends, Linda here from my fancy homestead. Last weekend we did this side, and then this weekend we're gonna do this side here. I want to know how far it goes, the patio, and I have idea that between the fence, do you see the fence posts there and there? There's about strip, about like a half meter strip. I am gonna put my hostas in there because they are struggling in the pots. So I can uncover this patio, I can weed the strip potentially if there is enough room, and I can put my hostas in. I do not want to put them too close to that field because they're sheep and the sheep are very cheeky. They shove their noses through the fence because it has like a big squares, you know, like fencing thing. They shove that thing and they eat from the other side because it's not electric, it's just a fence. There is a massive tree trunk that was the rest of the tree that we took out from here, and if I'm correct, then all of this area should be the patio, and the tree should be the border of it. That tree, the patio should finish somewhere here, very close to the tree. I'm actually thinking that probably the foundations have been damaged by how close the tree is, and I do not know if they have been lifted or if the bricks have been repurposed or moved somewhere. Don't know. We're gonna find out together. I'm gonna start from this end here, and then we're gonna move towards the house area. I think that's gonna work better because we came this way, and we're gonna turn around and we're gonna go that way. Yeah? Okay, see you in a bit. I thought I can lift it, but no, I can't. It is disintegrating as I'm lifting it, so I will need to break it up in smaller chunks, put it in a bucket, and then take it to the compost pile. Yay! More work for me, yay! I don't know why the last brick is perpendicular to everyone else, every other brick. There is no cement or mortar on it. There's no way of knowing if anything was built, but it's just like a nice edging. It's so strange. And I can't believe how thick the organic layer is that is on top of the brick foundations now. Here I haven't found it yet, but there is actual fire pit with bricks and debris and all of the other bits that included from burning plastic, like melted plastic, hanger wires, glass, plastic wrappers. I think I found a Snickers bar wrapper from 1995. I don't know who would be smart enough to actually put a fire pit underneath a tree, because there's tree branches over this, so it's literally underneath the canopy. Very smart, very smart. How many years do you think it's gonna take for nettles, tree leaves and all of the other organic plants when they decompose to create about 10 centimeter layer of soil on top of this foundation? 10 years? 20 years? More? What do you think? I keep thinking about all of that. How fast is the organic layer accumulation speed? That's the one. And I decided to use my sacrificial dustpan so that I could, instead of scooping with my hands all of the soil, this made process so much faster. I need to be better at filming videos and how much footage I'm actually filming, because last time I filmed 4.5 hours of footage that I needed to cut down to 25 minutes. It took me 6 hours to edit one video. I am not good at editing videos. If anyone has any advice how to edit videos, and if you like my videos, or if you have any suggestions how they could be better, please leave it in comments. Please, seriously, please, 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 please. I'm always open for feedback, okay? Does anyone know what this plant is? I have potted some of it in a pot so that I have some samples of it, but it grows very heavily in this area, and it blooms in the spring with white little flowers, and the bumblebees just love it. Last spring there was a sea of bumblebees just pollinating everything. I don't know what it is. Please let me know if you know, okay? I'm gonna plant it somewhere else in the garden. I read a quote that said, "There are no weeds, there are just plants that you do not want to have in that specific spot." And it resonated with me, because that is correct. None of these are weeds, except that we don't want them here. And that's why they are called weeds. I am done for this evening. I think I did a really good job. We know exactly how far it has gone now, and then there is a massive fire pit that has been built on top of the brick foundations, of course, and then I just continued on. There is a lot less rubbish than there was before in the previous one. I am super happy about it. I am thinking about putting a chair here and then having my morning tea, because that is east. I'm watching the sunrise every morning. We will have a lot to do tomorrow because I need to deal with all of this. There is more stones in there, and there is some branches. I think I'm gonna repurpose the branches and make bee hotels from them. I pulled a lot of plastic bottles from the fire pit that they have done, the previous owners, and a little candy wrapper that's half melted, and I looked at the expiry date and it's 2017. So 8 years ago someone was burning stuff there, but it was already on top of there's like soil layer in between. So there's a brick, then there's a soil, and then there's stones for the fire pit. The camera is not really showing, but it is really dark now. It is evening. It is over, I think it's 7 o'clock in the evening. It starts to get dark at 7:30 here now. Autumn's coming. I'll see you tomorrow for the day number 2. Day number 2. I do not know if you can hear me. It's very windy today, and not only it's windy, it's very, very cold. I have taken a day's rest in between doing this and trying to do this. because yesterday it was pouring rain all day long and I just couldn't get out. But today it's dappled sunshine, it's lovely, except that it's like 15 degrees Celsius and it's very, very windy, so it cuts you to the bone. After having 4 heat waves this summer, this kind of cold feels really, really cold. I am so eloquent with words, yay! My camera is even being blown away. I have tied down my hair just in case that I don't get whiplash of hair in my face all of the time, like in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Who else doesn't like that, right? Like, you open your mouth to talk and you get a mouthful full of hair, because that's what you do when you have long hair. People don't appreciate it who have short hair. How fun it is to eat your own hair. We're gonna start with this and we're gonna crack on. Question to you, my lovely friends. Would you ever put a fire pit underneath a fully grown tree? That's the question. Please leave a comment and say yes or no. Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. This is a third bumblebee I have found in this place. I think they are the new queens that are gonna be the queens for the next year. So I have gently relocated them to another place in the garden, which is very similar in terms of where it is and how it's situated. So basically I just put them at the edge of the patio, a bit further up, so that they can dig themselves in, and maybe next year I will have more bumblebee nests. Still can't believe how rich the soil it is that is here. All of it went into compost, and I think that the compost that's gonna come out of it is gonna be so amazing. Most of it was soil, so soil with little bits of fruit and vegetation went into the compost, so it should compost a lot faster, because it should already have all of the microorganisms into the soil, right? So it should just convert it really fast. That's the idea. That is the idea. While I was pulling up the nettles, there's a lot of roots that that are stuck in between the bricks. I was trying to pull them up as best as I could, but in the same time, do you think that they will come back? And how would you ensure that they are not coming back? Because the roots, I think, are underneath the bricks, the foundation, and they will just have a little leaves sprouting up, so in about 3-4 months there will be nettles covering it again, potentially. Do I just weed it, or how do I get rid of it? Any suggestions? Welcome, please. 2 hours in and we have done a little bit. You can kind of see where it's darker from here all the way to here. Now we just need to pull out all of the branches that are in here. Thankfully, what I have noticed is that the barbed wire that I was worried about is actually on the edge, so I can deal with that bit later when I have a bit more space here. But I will still have to deal with lots of stones and lots of bricks there, and lots of branches. I just had my lunch and we are gonna go back out there in the lovely afternoon of Windswept City 2.0. I have gotten half of it done, which is amazing. Let's go and do the other one, other side. Yay! The wind just toppled my camera over, so we are lowering your legs and you're gonna be way smaller and way lower, but at least you're not gonna be blown away, okay? I'm so happy that the camera didn't die. I put it there on the corner, and as I was coming around after taking some pictures for my mom, I just saw the camera go like whoa, after a gust of wind just came through, and I was running and going like no! But everything's fine. Yay! It feels that this area was used as a tipping ground for everything and anything that could be useful someday. There's a lot of stones and bricks and edging for the garden we found as well. It's strange. I do admit that I have hamstering tendencies as well, but usually I keep things together in places that make logical sense. But here the bricks are everywhere around the property, like in little piles, here, there, everywhere, around, and I just keep finding them. I think I will need to book a day where I'm gonna go and find all of the piles of bricks and then just consolidate them in one large pile somewhere that makes logical sense. Probably underneath the roof, because bricks deteriorate, as far as I know. Apparently big bricks deteriorate when they don't have anything on top, so they need to be under roof. Is that true? Or have I been told fibs? On another note, you know how trees grow around things, and I have seen a picture where a bicycle has grown into a tree. I feel that this flooring, the tree has grown on top of it, and the roots, the bricks are actually going underneath. Because if, as I was uncovering it, the roots are flush with the brick. It hasn't lifted it much, a little bit in some places, but I think it's merged on top and it's slowly swallowing, and probably the bricks incorporated into the maple's roots. That's gonna be fun. I did record a lot of footage of me talking how the wind was so bad, and because the wind was so bad and I was dealing with sandy soil which has a bit of sand in it, I got a lot of sand in my eyes and it was very, very unpleasant. But when I was trying to edit it just now, I found out that the microphone, when the camera fell, probably had switched off because it fell the second time. Oops. It has been very windy this day, and I caught my camera almost falling like 3 times. Please don't tell Mark, because he's always worried that I'm gonna smash the camera, and today I almost did, which is not a nice feeling to know that I might have killed my equipment. Yay! As you can see, there's a lot of rubble and a lot of edging and a lot of broken things. I think this thing used to have arms and legs attached with little pots in a string, but not anymore because it's rotten away. And then everything else is just being dumped, which is really sad. I'm gonna move the bricks and the rocks and the edging away into a pile where I'm gonna sort it out and see which bits are good and which bits we can not use anymore. Day number 3 of working on this. We're almost done. I'm about to take the fire pit out and just carry it off into the trolley, all of the stones, and then just put them into my lean-to. I didn't film much yesterday evening, but Mark actually came and helped me with taking away all of the bricks, well, most of them, and we have kind of sorted them out into good and bad. Most of them are bad, very few are good, but what I have left is pots. I found a sneaker, Nike sneaker. The sole has come off, it's been here for so long. Oh! And a whole loads of rubbish. This all out, it's 5:40 at the moment. I have about an hour and a half of good light left, and then we're done. We're done. We don't have any more sunlight. It goes around 8 here, yay! At least it's not as windy today as it was yesterday. Yesterday it was 25 miles an hour winds, so that's quite fast, and today it's only like 17, so it's more manageable. There's still some gusts, but not as bad as yesterday. we are done. We are actually done. All of this has been tidied off. Everything's done. Everything's pretty. What you think? What you think? I love it. I love it. I love it very, 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 very much. I'm just gonna keep spinning. Whee! Okay, looking at myself in the screen and spinning. Whew, the fastest way how to make myself really, really dizzy. I had to bag the rest of the rubble because it looked like there's still some remnants there. People had dumped all of the clay pots, and you know how usually you put stones on the bottom of the clay pots for drainage, so all of that was just cracked clay pots with little pebbles, tiny ones. I would have spent hours pulling them out, and then there was like gravel kind of substance as well, so all of that went into bags to go to the tip as general rubbish. And I'm just so happy it's done. Do you want to hear my next plans? Yeah? Secret plans? Do you see this edging? This border between the fence and me? Whee! Like all of that. I'm gonna make it in a flower bed. I have some astilbes, some hostas, some ferns. I might have bought some more plants. Oops. Don't tell Mark, okay? Pinky swear, okay? Thank you very much for watching and being with me on this adventure, and I hope to see you next time. Bye friends!